We have Brian McMeans here, Mr. Chairman, representing Cody Campbell, and this is a two-lot subdivision. I'll let him pass it out and
Three copies here for everybody just kind of read this real quick.
give that to JJ and Matilda, please. And I'll read a little bit about it. So the acreages have changed just a little bit since I wrote the agenda review. We determined that the street, Lee Drive, which is on Lot 2, is a public road and is not part of the property, so that number is going to be reduced by just a little bit.
It's accurate now, it says here now it's accurate.
So, Brian, I don't have a copy of the revised one in front of me. What is the new acreage of Lot 2? Do you remember?
2.72, is that track number 2 right there?
2.73.
2.73. Okay, thank you, Robert. So give me just 1 second, please, to do some math. That might be dangerous. Okay. So this is the Cody Campbell division for the purpose of subdividing 4.44 acres into two proposed new lots for property located on Preston Street and High Tech Drive. Lot 1 is zoned C1 commercial, or C1, which is local commercial, and would consist of 1.69 acres and 2 commercial buildings, and that is also the home of Wired Coffee Company, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Okay, and then Lot 2 is zoned to R2, high-density residential, would consist of 2.73 acres and 10 residential structures. And those are also going to be located on Lee Drive. The property surrounds Lee Drive off of High Tech Drive. Proposed new lots are served by a 10-inch water line, 8-inch sewer line, and would comply with all the subdivision regulations in the zoning ordinance. Certainly take any questions regarding this division. And I'm guessing
Just to let everybody know, basically what's happening is David Garrett owns all of this property. The lot lines that are there are 3 parcels that are existing. He would like to sell 2 of the parcels to Cody Campbell. Essentially, all that we're doing is just altering a couple of the parcel lines, because right now one of the parcel lines runs through the middle of the commercial buildings, and so in order to sell it, he obviously had to move it back.
Okay, which part of this are you talking about?
He is going to sell track 2 and track 3 to Cody Campbell.
But he's keeping this one.
Yes, ma'am. And right now, the parcel line runs like right through there. And so, yeah.
So you're gonna move it back, so he can.
Yes, ma'am. So this is accurate now, and it takes in some of the gravel fill that's out here just to make sure that everything is.
And where's the 10 dwellings gonna go, 10 residential?
no, they're in existence, yeah. And so track 3 is not under our jurisdiction. We don't have any jurisdiction on track 3 because it's larger than 5 acres. We are simply reviewing tracks 1 and track 2.
So basically what we're considering is just moving that property line.
That's correct. It's a lot line adjustment.
Could you show me the original property line here?
This is existing. This is not changing. The only one that's changing is
I'm misunderstood.
currently this parcel.
Now,
Oh, okay.
now, not to say that in the future that back lot wouldn't be developed, but as of the purpose of this review is the adjustment of the property line.
Yes, he's like sell track 2 and track 3
Retention
to
in this
Cody
area,
Campbell.
we need to start doing
And
something.
right now, the parcel line runs.
Well, the lots that are up for consideration are already developed and there won't be any new development on these lots.
Were they developed prior to this? 2000, of course they were. Before 2008, that's when the date on this.
I'm not sure that was before my time.
Low burn, yeah.
So right here,
Not on lot 3. It's out of our jurisdiction.
okay, but there've been a lot of concrete blocks and all kinds of dirt and stuff out in the middle of that in like a week or so.
Okay, so, I mean, if there's a property maintenance issue, that would not be for this board. It would be for another one.
You know, I think possibly, I don't know for sure, but I think that what you may be thinking about
Any more discussion from anyone? If not, we need to vote on this.
I move to accept this proposal.
Okay,
I'll
Yep.
second.
got a motion from John, second by Robert. All for, let me say, known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. There is none.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. So this is something that we've been talking about for the last couple of months. In your agenda packet, I did send a map of the proposed parcels that will be considered for rezoning. And it is, and just so we can briefly go over them, it is the Mitchell Stewart property on 205 Evans Street, Kevin Smith property located at 300 South Church Street, Twin Lakes Oil Company located at 315 South Church Street, Bobby Hurt located on Goodpasture Street, and James Holman located on 313 South Church Street. And then there are three properties that are also owned by the City of Livingston's Downtown Revitalization Committee, including the old shirt factory parcel and that parcel that is down south of Railroad Street, that one that's funny shaped. So at the last Planning Commission meeting, Christian and I asked the permission of the Planning Commission to send letters of rezoning out to the property owners to see if they would be in favor of this. And Christian personally talked to all, I guess, everybody with the exception of the City of Livingston. Christian went and spoke to, and Christian, if you would, just kind of tell us how that went.
Yes, sir. I delivered all the letters to all the properties that adjoin this property, and the ones definitely that concern the changes. And everybody was on board about it, and even got some calls back saying, "Yeah, let's go with this." You know, so it was pretty cut and dry, and everyone saw that the industrial possibility is probably would never happen in that area, and commercial would be to their benefit. So that's the feedback I got from everyone.
Just so clarification, you had no opposition, and most were not only not opposed to it, were in favor of the proposed rezoning.
Yes, sir. There was no opposition whatsoever, and everybody was looking forward to bringing in some commercial down there.
And so just a reminder to the board, the reason why we initiated this process is due to the fact that currently that these parcels could not have commercial business on them due to the fact that they were zoned industrial. And these parcels were zoned in the early 80s when the shirt factory was either still in existence or the building was still there. And so that's the reason why they were zoned industrial. But now we have a city park that is down in that area. We have a couple of businesses down there. And just quite frankly, it's not conducive to industrial development down in that area anymore. Plus, industry that's looking to locate in an area, they don't want to locate off of a side street. They want to locate off of a major highway. And so, to us, and when I say us, I mean Christian and myself, it makes sense not only to the city, it makes sense to the property owners, because now their property, is marketable. And so that's the reason why we want to see if we can rezone these 8 parcels from I-1 industrial to C2 central business. And what we would do here at this level is we would recommend to the council, our board of mayor and aldermen, either to rezone these parcels or not to rezone these parcels.
Well, I'd make a motion that we present this to the city council to rezone this to, what's the,
C2.
Got a motion by Matilda to go ahead with the rezoning to central business.
Second.
Second by Robert. All for, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. There is none.
And Phyllis, I will get you an ordinance, hopefully in the next couple of days.
You know, the only other comment that I did have would be that people were interested in having a multi-family apartment type, you know, from the first floor up. And I did explain to these people that it would follow the regulations of C2 as we have them now, you know.
Can C2 be first floor?
Well, it's on the second floor, yeah. First floor is strictly business, and we actually did allow, some business in the front, party in the rear type, on two properties, South Church and North Church, you know, in the past, which, you know, could possibly happen again, but C2 is, in general, for the second floor, living.
Other business if necessary? Anyone? John? Robert?
No.
Matilda?
No.
Okay. Tom, you got anything else?
No, sir.
Nothing? I need a motion, we adjourn then.
So moved.
Robert? I couldn't hear. John or?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, second to Robert. All for? Aye?
Aye.
All right. Thank you all.
That's how we like to do it, Mr. Chairman.
There's a big problem. I'm looking at this list.
Oh, you thought they were gonna build 10 new residential units?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't do that.
Any questions, Amanda?
No, I'm good.
Pretty simple tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christian, you got a second?
I'll let you something to
Oh. Well, go ahead and get it. I want to catch it.
I'll get a copy, please.
Hey,
Hey, did you get JJ to sign?
I did.
Perfect. Let's go home.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's just got small letters,
What?
I probably should have signed
I guess he got them last week.
I don't think he had,
On those cars.
it. We didn't.
It all started in here. So on those containers, when he put those semi-trailers, he went and put semi-trailer tags on.
Backyard.
So he didn't have it up.
I don't,
This is the night, and what he brought word was, is that the hiker across the road flooded his basement
well,
out,
that's about the way
which
it
was
is.
all in the city. And that's what he's saying, that he's had to store his furniture there because we flooded his. But she's brought no charges or any type of suit against the city.
Sticks in my garden.
His,